I was hoping to be able to just keep it all in one, but you know, sometimes that don't happen. This is the story of haunted items in my secondhand store. Of course. What is the best place for haunted things to be at? Thrift stores. I do love thrift stores though. I just find them so interesting. Although this story may make me not want to go for a while. I owned a secondhand store in Pennacook, New Hampshire, and used to bring my white lab mix with me to work. She was sweet and loved everyone. That's so cute. She was sweet. Oh, I already read that. I used to take in consignments here and there. An elderly gentleman came into my store and asked if I would be willing to have an antique spinning wheel that his deceased wife bought at auction from a warehouse in town that was renovated years before. I agreed. Don't prick your finger on it. He returned about a week later with the spinning wheel and set it up in front of the store where you could see it from a large front windows. My store was in a mini mall, sandwiched between a Subway and a hairdresser. I don't know why that's kind of funny. Get your hair done, get a haunted doll, and get a sandwich. The perfect day. So there was all kinds of traffic in front of my store, day and night until Subway closed. It was probably a few weeks later, and I unlocked the store door and walked in to turn off the alarm. My dog walked in and stopped in front of the spinning wheel. No. She looked at it, cocking her head from side to side and wagging her tail. Okay. Late wife. Maybe it's the wife. She, you know, if a dog is wagging its tail at it, it's probably a sweet ghost. Okay, please. I noticed and watched her. Suddenly the spinning wheel started to move. Oh my gosh. Now that she's met all of her deceased family, she's got to make sweaters for them all. A grandmother's love continues in the afterlife too. I did not think that much of it at first because I figured that it was the wind from the door coming in. I called for my dog so I could get her in the back room. It was an uneventful day until one of the employees came into my store in the late afternoon. I knew her from ordering my subs and we waved to each other when she went on duty. She asked if I had an AC on last night. I did not. It was the start of autumn and there would not have been any circulation of air in the store. I asked why. She told me that a customer came in and asked if my store was haunted. I mean, probably. I feel like there's no way to have a secondhand store without at least one thing being haunted. I thought that was odd. Why? You know the drill. Isn't that part of initiation of having a thrift store? She said the customer saw a lady sitting at the spinning wheel. Oh my gosh. And the wheel was moving fast as if it was spinning yarn. Yeah, she's making the sweaters. One day you're going to see them lined up in Mulan because I just want to show you their sweaters. The Subway employee just chuckled when she told me this and said that she did not want to be late for her shift and left. You just drop that bomb. She's like, hey, that's yours now. I'm going to go make some meatball subs all day.
Have fun with the nightmares.
I chuckled to myself and went about my business. To be honest, I was thinking that would not be surprising since my store was made up of pre-owned items. Now that occurs to you? Time went by and I completely forgot about the conversation until the next morning, when something inevitably happened. You just feel some fabric punt you in the head. It says Grandma's #1 store owner. I went into the store as usual and my dog stopped at the spinning wheel and again, the wheel started spinning. She's making one for the dog now. It was kind of comforting knowing that a woman was still attached to her beloved spinning wheel, but that comfort was short-lived. Oh no, do not tell me you rejected the sweater. The blasphemy. I had a busy week of going out and purchasing new items for my store and did not pay any attention to really anything but buying, selling, and rearranging the store for the new items. I needed to finish up some paperwork and the displays, so I came back to work after my son was asleep to finish. That is when odd things started happening. Both the stores on each side of me were closed and no one but my car was in the parking lot. Oh, that's definitely really eerie. I walked into the door, located the loading dock, and when I heard it, it sounded as if there was a room full of people chatting and laughing. They're showing each other the sweaters! It's a party! They're just having a Christmas party right now. I crept into the showroom and the noise stopped. I thought maybe someone was at the hairdresser or Subway and disregarded it. I proceeded to the office and the evening security lights were plenty to see by, so I never turned on the full lights in the store. I sat down at the desk and started to pull out the files when it was happening again. My office could see into the showroom and there was no one in there. I got up and walked into the showroom. It was happening all around me. It was loud but joyful. Aww. It was like different entities that were attached to the secondhand items were having a party. It was more funny than scary. That's cute. Are we having a wholesome ghost story? There was a knock at the loading dock door. The merriment ended. Who dare disrupt my Christmas party? Grandma comes booming in.
Who did it?
No Christmas sweater for you. Or if she does, it's one with a big frowny face. That's how she indicates if she likes you or not. She quickly makes something and throws it at your face. As it appears, it shows whether or not she likes you. I went to answer the door and it was a friend delivering a desk that I had purchased from a flea market a few days prior. I I helped him bring it in and had the perfect spot for it. We moved a few things around and I placed it with an old repurposed chair that I picked up at a garage sale a few months back. It's been a long time since I've been at a garage sale. I want to go to one. I walked my friend out and we talked for a while at his truck about a flea market I wanted to visit and needed an extra pair of hands that I would pay him for his time. I entered the store and it was eerily quiet. Oh no. Is the desk unwelcome at the party? Is the ghost in this desk the creepy uncle at the party? The chair was not in the same place at the desk. All the other pieces took it and started beating it up. I thought I forgot to put it at the desk, shaking my head and mumbled that I must be tired. I put the chair back and headed to the office. No sooner than I sat down, I heard something fall. Oh, they're real mad. It's not the chair? It's the chair. The chair is the creepy uncle. I heard something fall. I went into the showroom and the chair was knocked over and a bit away from the desk. Oh. Someone's not welcome at the Christmas party. It's because they offended Grandma at the barbecue. Then I heard it. It started low, and I had to strain my ears to hear it, but it sounded like an argument. I could not make out the words, but it was a male's voice and another male's voice. It's a lover's quarrel over Grandma. Then it got louder and louder. I grabbed the chair to pick it up when the roll top of the desk slammed down. You're trying to tussle. You have to hold them back. I was in shock. I told myself to be calm. I grabbed the chair, put it back where it was originally, and went into the back room. I found another chair, and this is weird, but I asked it nicely if it would mind being paired with the desk. Hoping it was fine, I proceeded back to the desk. I said to the desk if it would mind if I paired this chair with it. Nothing. So I slowly put the chair up to the desk and backed away. Nothing. Okay. So did he switch around stuff? They're having arguments because they just hate each other. How polite of you to ask if they consented to being switched. You're just dealing with Antique Store Love Island. I don't want to be with him. I am Chestnut and he is Birch. How dare you think we're compatible? So it seems like things are all good. Nothing's happening. I decided it was too late to work on paperwork and left the store. After that, it changed how I approached the pairings in the store. How polite, you ask permission before putting them together. There clearly was an argument during the Christmas party, which... Are we really surprised? Somebody was not welcome, which deserved. If they insulted Grandma, I will fight them. One last 2-sentence horror story. Thanks again hugely to Netherplace VR. Gave me so many of these. In the abandoned cabin deep in the woods, the lone survivor stumbled across a gruesome scene. Oh dear. The walls were adorned with the flayed skins of the victims, their empty eyes seeming to follow his every move as they realized they were still alive. Ugh! Brother, ugh! That is the most brother, ugh 2-sentence horror story I've ever read. Good job. I hate it. Truly the epitome of horrifying. Also the lone survivor. Oh, what are they surviving? Oh, so many questions. That's why I love these. Just have to piece it together. I think I had encountered a ghost as a kid. That's always great. I think I was 5 to 6 when this happened. I was sleeping beside my mother, and my dad was supposed to come back home from work that night late. My dad was supposed to come somewhere around 1 to 2 a.m. Mind you, it was winter, hence it wasn't much windy, and the windows were closed, and obviously the fan wasn't on. I was a light sleeper as a kid, hence I understood what was happening. When my dad entered, he greeted me and asked me if I was pretending to be asleep. He said he'd brought my fave chocolates. Aw, it's cute! I giggled and said, yes, I am. Not surprised, every child is a gremlin for chocolate. Well, I think that's what I did wrong. The next moment, my mom came into the room saying the doorbell wasn't ringed by my dad. Wait, huh? Wait, what? Huh? In fact, someone seemed to have ding-dong ditched us in the middle of the night. I obviously didn't think much because I was a little kid, but I kept on wondering what I saw. Who asked me if I was asleep or not? No way, bro. What the heck? So were your eyes still closed? Oh, that's so creepy. I freaked out a minute after the above thought came into my mind, and I told my mother, who obviously thought I was joking because I was a kid. Well, then I think I fell asleep, but now I got scared for real. The pause between each word. My mother was fast asleep. I felt something touch my face, caress my face. I didn't dare to look up. But then I heard the sound of a hanger falling. It was hanging out on the closet. I looked up and saw nothing. I looked at my mother and saw that she was fast asleep. Then the bell rang again. This time I peed my effing self. So it's not very clear, but I'm guessing your eyes were closed in both of these encounters. Well, the second time you looked up, but I'm guessing you thought you heard your dad. I was like, ooh, do you want some chocolate? But your dad wasn't home yet, actually. And then you created a horror scenario when your mom woke up and saw the pee everywhere. While you had your eyes closed wondering if that was dad or not, she had her eyes closed like, that's pee, isn't it? I'll deal with it in the morning. Rolls over. And I sadly don't remember what happened next, but what do y'all think happened? Was I just too imaginative? Who bribed me with chocolates in the middle of the night? That's a fair point. A parent would probably never do that, because who would want to have their child bouncing off the walls in the middle of the night? How did the hanger fall even when there was literally zero ventilation in the room? Oh, that's so creepy. Just reading that sentence, like caressing my face, I wanted to slap it for you. Intruder! Who is this Scooby-Doo villain pretending to be my father? Oh yeah, because your eyes would have been closed, because like, oh, if I was pretending to be asleep. I'm surprised you didn't open your eyes. Oh my gosh. And then someone had a really interesting comment. They said you had a, I'm gonna probably butcher this, you had a hypnagogia or hypnopompia hallucination. Oh my gosh. They're common and they ain't paranormal. Oh. I mean, good, but all. There's also a solid chance the events have been altered in your memory. Human memory sucks and is incredibly fallible, especially over long periods of time. And then OP responds, oh, thanks. I mean, as a kid, I was really creative. I mean, that is true. Kids are quite creative. All right, the spoops are all done. You can breathe. No, but thanks so much for joining me today. I really enjoyed this. I hope you did too. If you have any spooky stories or any other kind of story, email me, links in description. I would love to read them. I hope you're doing well, but if not, I hope this video has brightened your day at least a little bit. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate y'all so much. And that is it. Take care of yourselves and each other. Do your best to be a good human, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Ooga booga!